lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. He missed the complete. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
Here is where the drama starts. Lap 30, 8 laps to go. Sandobi hoping to take advantage of these lapped cars. Poleski dives on the right side. Very aggressive here. This is lap 4. The two Viceroys. Bill Frazier ahead of Matt Poleski. Frazier's off. Frazier hit the grass. You hit that tire wall, your day is done. Well, now it's lap 20. The Williams still trying to get around the Terrell team as he'll go around the lap car and around Mills at the same time. At the same time. He's got the inside corner of Willie ride the curb. Yes, he will. He will get him on the inside. Vito Maria leading us all into Moss's corner. Look at the beauty. As his right side will cook the grass a little. A 180. No, a 360. Oh. Who will yield going into this corner? It's really not meant for too wide as it will be Gernald. Gernald will yield. Lots of smoke picking up from that Williams car. He is pushing it to the absolute limit. 26 of 30 now. Only 4 laps to go. He's going to get the run coming out the final corner. He's going to pull up side by side with the leader. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Who is going to get there first? It's going to be...
Straddling the cultural boundary between Germanic and Latin Europe, Belgium plays host today to the Lotus 79 CTC Championship for round 12 of the CTC Championship. The Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps motor racing circuit is one of the most challenging tracks in the world. Despite its name, the circuit is not in Spa, but lies in the vicinity of the town of Francorchamps, within the boundaries of the municipality of Stavelot, with a part of the boundaries of Malmedy. Alongside for the action today, Adam, forever young, twisted and tweaking the dials, as always, is our award-winning director, Joe Beek, with camera locations created exclusively for GSRC by the much-sought-after Dougie Beard. Adam, it all comes down to this final round today. Jerno Friesch and Nuno Moreira look to make it one for the ages here at Spa-Francorchamps. A small number of points separates the two for the championship. Adam, talk to us a little bit about this grand old circuit here in Belgium.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to them tackling that points battle today on a track like this. It is a very fitting track to end this championship on. And of course, what they're wondering on is a track that, for the most part, was designed in 1920. Obviously, has seen a lot of changes, but its original configuration was 25 turns and about 9.3 miles long, or 14.9 kilometers. Today's layout nowadays is only 4.35 miles, 7 kilometers even, and it features 20 turns and 20 different turns at that. And of course, a number of reasons led to this circuit being the way it is now, but of course this current layout has been around since about 2007. So with that, let's go ahead and take a lap around Spa, see just how crazy this place is.
All right, we've got Juha Noralampi and the GSRC Lotus 79, so let's do a lap around Spa. The Source hairpin is an excellent place to pass, but it's also super dangerous on the first lap. Cars packed tightly together on a sharp hairpin, all eager to gain positions, is just a recipe for contact. Your exit off the corner will definitely be a critical one. As you fly down the hill, you're quickly approaching Eau Rouge, and with the ground effects of the 79, it's easily flat through this frightening set of bends. And that's why the run from La Source is so important. You're not lifting all the way until you reach Lacombe. The Kimmel Straight is going to be chock full of draft battles all race long. It'll definitely be a strategic fight if you can stay within the slipstream of your opponent throughout the lap up until here. but the braking for the chicane offers chances to attack or defend from the inside or the outside. The switchback allows some unique situations for the brave. Around Malmedy, you've now hit the highest part of the circuit. Immediately, the track begins to plunge back downhill, and the first corner you'll meet is Rivage. Like most cars, you'll be fighting understeer, but you won't have much time to switch sides and set up for no-name corner. Be careful not to let the car get upset by the curbing, since it could spin you out if a bump causes it to bottom out. Up ahead, you can see the valley where the lap began, but no time to sightsee because you gotta chuck it into Puhan. If you don't drift wide, you can hold it flat out through the second half. The immense power of this car and the help from the drop in elevation means you'll be carrying a terrifying amount of speed by the time you hit Fanye's. That'll make it tricky to get the car into each apex, but the most consistent drivers will find it paying off in lap time. Once again, get the car across the track because you're quickly thrown into Stavolo. The first half can be tough, but the one you want to focus on is the second half. A small lift will get you through, and ideally getting back to the gas early should gain you lots of lap time. This is the other longest portion of the circuit with your foot flat to the floor. Cars within a reasonable distance behind will start creeping forward in your mirrors. No lifting through Blanchimont, so keep that right pedal planted. Then, drift the car off to the left and throw out the anchors for the bus stop. This will be another popular overtaking spot, but keeping from overshooting the corner will prove tough even by yourself. Stay off the giant sausage curves and then gently get back onto the gas. If you manage to keep it together, you've now finished a lap around Spa.
Adam, that is a bad, fast lap around Spa in the Lotus 79. Man, I love this car. Wanted to take just a second, talk to everybody about the race details today, and then we'll start to focus on qualifying.
Yeah, of course, the big story today is going to be the fact that this is round 12 of 12. This is your season finale, so that means when we talk about points here in a little bit, it's going to be a big deal. The car today, as we've been mentioning, the Lotus 79. The Lotus 79 carrying a lot of history here. Setup is open. There will be no stop for fuel. These cars can hold enough fuel to get up the 21 trips trying to go through Eau Rouge, the 21 trips trying to take that tight corner of La Source. And of course, cautions today will be local only. Incident cap will be 17, as it is an official iRacing session. There are no faster pairs at the points. Well, they're using the iRacing official points.
Adam, a lot of places to get that 1X here off course. Got to be careful not to rack up those 17. I had a little bit of a trouble in practice myself. Let's look at the driver standings real quick and look at this battle we've got at the top. Jarno Frisch, 1,591 points heading into today. Nuno Moreira right there nipping at his heels, 1,577 points. They've been trading back and forth all season, fans, and today it comes down to this final round. Matt Wood in a battle there with Fabian Gerber. Victor Rodriguez moving up. No chance to really catch Gerber and Wood, but watch out for Gerber and Wood today. I see Gerber's here, and don't see. I know Matt Wood is here, so that'll be. We'll watch where those two are at on track, and Jarno and Nuno definitely our top four ones to keep an eye on. Let's look at the Aurora points real quick. Kyle Ruokola sits in first. Lennon Lauto second. Eunice Pohaka, after running last week, moves down to third. Andrea Ventura and Josue Leocada fifth. And the Constructors' Championship, this one very, very important. Ligier Gitanas, looks like they have maybe wrapped things up here at first. Then you've got Renault sitting back there in second with McLaren, an outside chance to catch them here today. And maybe a fight for the top three altogether. We'll see. Lotus sitting back there in fourth. Scuderia Ferrari fifth. And it looks like that's where they may wind up. But we'll see based on today's finish. Adam, got to take an eye at qualifying right now. It's going to be so very important. Nuno in a big fight, obviously, for this championship. And, qualifying very important here. You got to get up to the front. The first trip down to La Source. Very tricky here on the start of this race.
It really can be. I mean, just that La Source is just so tight, and you don't want to swing wide. You don't want to get that early 1X, but you also don't want to get a 4X with hard contact or anything like that. As that can end your day pretty prematurely anyway, with the fact that we don't have any kind of faster pairs here. So these guys got to mind their P's and Q's going through the first initial part. And don't forget, I mean, La Source, even in these high downforce cars, once they get through Eau Rouge, they have to climb La Source, and that's a very line dependent set of corners to try to get through at any kind of speed. So they're going to want to try to get single file as fast as they can and not try to go 2 by 2 going through there.
Journo Frisch right now working on his first lap around, his first time lap. The first time lap's coming across now. Fabian Gerber, Jared Hofer, Juha Norlampi now coming ahead and on the provisional pole. Didn't even really mention Juha. Juha not able to make all these races this season, but certainly a driver to watch as he's had his share of wins and will be a factor in today's race. He was involved in a good fight in the race just before this one, the 10:30 Eastern race this morning. Journo Frisch puts himself at the top after the completion of his first lap. As we jump around here a little bit, now Nuno Moreira, after one lap, finds himself really needing to put down a solid second lap here.
Yeah, of course, right now sitting 5th on the grid, but a lot of these guys are coming in faster their second time around, so we'll wait to see what Nuno's comes in as. But right now, he is a couple tenths off, at least compared to what the lap that Journo Frisch just ran a little bit ago.
Yeah, and you know what? It's important. Nuno really needs to try and find that pole. The only way he can really think about getting this championship is he's got to take care of business. He's got to win the race. That's the only result that really matters to Nuno. He's got to put Journo in the mirror and hope that Journo's maybe struggles a little bit. But his best thing to do is just take care of business and win this race today, and maybe secure this championship.
And kind of complicating those matters for him is that he was Nuno's best hope too is also to have a really large field here for today. In the field, if you're unfamiliar with iRacing, if there's a certain number of drivers registered for the session, it will split. So there's a lot of other guys in the other split. Where as opposed to now, the field's almost essentially cut in half. So he's only going to have 20 guys out here if Journo ends up finding himself into trouble, and also a lot less trouble to befall him. And you never want to wish trouble on a person, but when you're Nuno, that's really the best hope to coming away with this championship.
Juha Norlampi coming up the front straight there. He has done and completed, secured himself on, or not secured himself, but is sitting at the pole right now.
That didn't last long at all.
Wow. What a run by Journo Frisch.
Matt Wood had himself a good little run there for a little bit, but he is able to get a few spots, but immediately got set a few back, and then Nuno just came through. He's gonna come through and start third, at least at this point.
Yeah, that's a little short there. He misses it by just about what have we got, about 0.2 of a second. He misses it there on Journo Frisch and Juha Norlampi, and let's see, Jamie Hall, I think just about the only car left on the track. Pablo Lombard Suarez is that there, and currently riding in 20th, the first lap complete. Coming through that last turn now, out of the chicane and across the line. Let's go to the grid. All right, here we go. Journo Frisch going to start today on the pole. And right there with him, Juha Norlampi, Nuno Moreira, row 2, Tapani Linaluto, 4th, Jared Hofer, 5th, Kalia Rulicola, 6th, Fabian Gerber, 7th, Matt Wood, 8th, Michelle Vandenberg, 9th, Jamie Hall, 10th.
Yeah, Philip Lake, who had a heartbreaking deal last week, coming home in 11th, Barry West 12th, Håkan Bodecker in 13th, Sammy Valimaki in 14th, Mark Winfield 15th, Pablo Suarez coming home in 16th with that last-minute run, Richard Borchers in 17th in row 9, John Stevens joining him, Steve Bycroft and Leonard Ryder make up row 10, and that rounds out the field.
Yeah, and they're all slowly making their way to the grid now. This is going to be a really good race, Adam. I can feel the electricity in the air. Spa, great circuit to end this season on. A great choice of track. They'll start to rev the motors up here in just a moment. All the cars still kind of getting to the grid here. And here we go. They're starting to wind them up now. Round 12 here in the CTC Championship about to get underway. Gernot Friesch going to do it from the top. Nuno Moreira right behind him. Here we go. You can hear him now roaring. Gernot on the grid. Everybody finally getting in place. Ready to start this race. Folks, Spa-Francorchamps, the host to round 12 in the CTC L79 Championship, about to get underway. The lights are off. We're ready. Gernot Friesch off the line. Nice jump. Got to make it down to the source. Keep it tight.
Ooh, big accident in the back.
We'll get to it. Gernot makes it through clean. Juha Norlampi side by side with Nuno Moreira. Down the hill. Heading for a rouge. Cold tires, really tough through here. Be careful, don't spin it out. Gernot gets off well. Zuno right behind him. Heading for Lacombe.
Oh, one of those cars that I saw having problems on your screen was Matt Wood. Another guy we'll have to get to here in a minute.
Yeah, Nuno challenging Gernot for the lead already. Through Malmedy, down to Ravage. Nuno going to look to the inside. No, he's going to stay in line. There's a very, very tricky hairpin here. Ravage probably the trickiest on the course as far as hairpins go. Down to No Name. They get through clean. Nuno still on his tail. Got to make it work through Puhan. He's all over him. Boy, picking speed back up here. Turns 12 and 13 through Fagny. Very, very tough. Slow. Can Nuno get him here? Gonna look for it out of Fagny's. Not there. Juha Norlampi's back here battling with Jared Hoffer. Off to a good start. Kaya Ruokola there in 5th. Nuno Moreira still attacking up front, but can't catch Friesch. They're going to head through Blanchimont. And will Nuno try and outbreak him down to the chicane as we get ready to complete lap 1? Nuno fighting side by side. Oh, not quite. Looks to the outside. Oh, they almost make contact. Oh, and give it to Gernot Friesch for the perfect trip through the chicane.
Yeah, we got a couple incidents to look at right at the beginning of this race. First one right off the grid was Richard Borchers going for a wild ride.
Yeah, let's look at that replay real quick. There's Valimaki back there, 17th. Keep an eye on him. Oh, just doesn't get started.
Yeah, and then Pablo had nowhere to go, and that ended up not being the end of Pablo's troubles. Is you saw there right at the tail end of the replay, got into Mark Winfield, excuse me, right into the side potter, Mark Roadfield, and turned them both around.
Yeah, let's ride on board with Suarez here real quick. Just see what it looked like out of the windscreen. Oh man, just right into the back of him.
Yeah,
right up into that.
Of course, Salmi got into Borchers. Borchers went roll loop first into the wall, and then he loses it coming off La Source and tags Mark Winfield right in the side pod.
Yeah.
And then, of course, further up the track, after this, Matt Wood had his own incidents. Of course, Matt Wood's had himself some great runs here, and had some trouble going up Eau Rouge, and lost the back end, put her into the fence, and I believe he has taken a tow to get back to the pit lane.
All right, we go back live to the action. Nuno Moreira still chasing, but Jarno Frisch open it up to just over a second now. They get back through Blanchimont. Getting ready to complete a lap. Another lap here at Spa. Nuno Moreira just not found the pace yet. It's a long race. Still got a ways to go. Juha Norlampi seems to have picked it up after a slow start. But Jared Hoffer up the spot, running well here to start this race. Certainly showing some speed here early on.
You know, we know that Jared can get these races done. So, you know, and he's no stranger from having to get positions, you know, and try to come from somewhere in the middle of the field. And that's kind of what he's doing here today. He started 5th and lost a little bit of ground, I think, at the start, and is slowly starting to get that ground back. So, look for another good run here out of Jared Hoffer today.
Here comes Ruokola. Oh, Kai looking to the inside, heading on the main straight here down to Lacombe. Yeah, it looks like Ruokola going to be able to pull that move off, make it stick. Going to fight back there. Jared still looking, but I think that the work is done, and Ruokola able to get ahead and take it down in a Rivage in 4th. Try and start to get work on Juha Norlampi. So far, our leaders have been pretty clean to start this race. Good solid pace going on here at the front of the field.
Yeah, let's go on up to the battle for 8th position. You see right there on your screen, Philip Blake right now having to hold off the likes of Jamie Hall. That gap was a half second when we went to it. Of course, it's opened up just a little bit there, but still very much in the draft. And we do know that the draft is going to be playing a big role here today, Sean.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you get out of Ready On and you get up the straight down to Lacombe, it's a great opportunity to you know, pull up on somebody and then slingshot them. Try and get the advantage out of Lacombe. Right now, following Jamie Hall as Hall continues to try and take that spot from Philip Blake. Philip, great run here so far, but you know, when they get down here to the chicane, it's always a test of braking and who can outbrake another one. Let's see if Jamie can gain any position here. Jamie braking real deep and gets a good run there up on Philip Blake and able to close it in just a little bit as they head back across the line.
You know, for the reputation that last chicane has there, turns 19 and 20, we've seen many GSRC races at Spa won or lost right there in that chicane. So it's always a place to keep an eye on, especially as the race starts to develop here, as we go to a battle for 6th position between Fabier Gerber and Tapiano Lelutu. And haven't seen too much of Tapini here this season. But when he does show up, he's usually somewhere in the top half of the field.
This is, in fact, his 3rd race this season. So, glad to see him on track. Having a decent run there in 7th right now, and Philip Blake still chasing. Back up front, let's check with Jarno Frisch. Now almost a second and a half. Nuno Moreira is turning the fastest lap every time around. Our leader going through Puhan now. Nuno Moreira still giving good chase, but not quite the speed, about 0.2 to 0.3 a second off every lap, and Frisch continues to open it up just a little bit at a time.
I've been watching him a little bit. He is just on rails. Like he's just so smooth.
Can't afford to make a mistake that would end this race for him. Nuno Moreira so close on the points, like we talked about, but Nuno's just going to have to get faster. Going to have to find a way to pass him because of the size of this track. Traffic will not be an issue for quite a while, as we only had 20 cars start in this split, and Jarno not going to have the advantage to set anybody up as a pick. He's going to have to do this on speed, and you know what? Checking things now. Nuno Moreira is starting to pick it up just a little bit as they come across the line at him.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that what's going to be in the tank. And we did see Nuno gain a little bit more in the second half of the race. And we know we're only 4 laps into this thing, already talking about the second half of the race, but Nuno does have a tendency to start closing ground a little bit. But Journeau is pretty quick himself. So on your screen right now, Fabian Gerber, Tapia Lulutu is heating back up once again. Now that gap's closed down to 10th. You're getting ready to see that draft in action here as they start heading down to Kimmel Straight.
Great battle indeed. Gerber trying to get position, looking to the inside, down in the lagoon. Give it to Gerber. Oh, sorry, that was Tapani. Tapani makes the move over Gerber. My bad. Had my colors, my rods and cones not straightened out there, guys. Great move by Tapani, though. Gets position. Gonna take it down through Ravage. It's such a tight hairpin. I talked about early. The left-hander, the no-namer. Can he hold on through Puhan? Also, this is the area of the track going to be so careful in Puhan there, not to run the car off and pick up one of those incident points we talked about, Adam. 17. It sounds like a lot, but here at Spa, it's easy to pick them up one at a time.
It is, and just so we got some Atwood fans out there. Always a guy that shows up for these races. After his lap 1 incident, he did try to get the car repaired, come back out on track, and pretty much made it up Eau Rouge and gave it up. He knew the car wasn't driving straight, so he is done for the day.
Hate that. Hate to hear that. It's such a tricky spot. The car gets so light when you get there in the ready-on out of Eau Rouge, and he's not the first one to have done that. It was actually a pretty minor incident. The incidents there coming out of ready-on can be very, very scary. Barry West back here in 12th. Barry trying to hold off John Stevens, who's giving chase to him right now. Working on maybe try to catch Joaquin Boddicker.
Yeah,
Bycroft with a great run.
And I've been watching John Stevens here a little bit now. I know that the last lap there, Steve Bycroft starting to pick up the pace just a little bit there on your screen. But John Stevens, out of the cars from about 7th, 8th place on back through the rest of the field, John Stevens has been consistently one of the faster ones on the track. So he has some potential here to maybe get a few positions, maybe try to crack the top 10.
Tough trip for Stevens there through Eau Rouge.
Well, we'll chalk that up to commentator's curse there.
Yeah, I think he cursed him. Folks, nothing cursed about the lead of the race. We'll update you here in a moment, but nothing has changed up front. Still Journeau Frisch, your leader. Nuno Moreira, still just a little over a second back.
Yeah, Nuno, just watching his times and watching how he's doing compared to Journeau. It's I always tell my basketball teams when we're playing and we're getting our tails whipped, that there's a certain point where you have to stop the bleeding. You have to stop giving up so many points, and that's kind of what Nuno's done here now with Journeau, is that he's stopped giving up time and now has a chance to turn the table a little bit. And you've seen he's actually gained a couple tenths here in just the last couple seconds. So that might be something that maybe he'll heat up a little bit, and Journeau does not want to let him get too close, because the closer he gets to him, the more that draft effect will start to come into play, and Nuno could gain up even more here.
Well, I think over the past few laps, what we've seen is that Nuno Moreira is better on the back half of the course, a little bit better than Journeau. The bad side of that is Journeau a little bit better on, quite frankly, the fastest section of the course, the front side here, and Nuno not able to capitalize on that enough to get much closer than, well, what has been about a second to just a little over a second behind. And another trip through Eau Rouge and Ready On proved successful for both of them. And I get so scared when I see the cars go through there, because I've been in this car and I know how light it feels. That butt dyno, it tells you you're really getting through there at a lot of speed, and the car is barely got the wheels on the ground. If quite frankly, they may actually leave the ground at some point.
Of course, I look at Journeau's car, and before this battle heats up even more, I got to point out that the thing that makes me think of is Ferrari coming to iRacing here in I think next week is what they're talking about. So, new GTE car that ought to be pretty fun, and of course the Ford GTE car. You'll find me in the Ford. Another new element coming to endurance racing here on iRacing.
Yeah, looking forward to the release of those machines, and the certainly looking forward to the 24 hours of Le Mans next weekend on iRacing. But today the action is at Spa, and that'll be coming up this summer as well, the 24 hours of Spa. So look forward to that coming along as well. But a great race up front. Nuno is digging, man. He's got it down to about 3/4 of a second now. He's actually, again, on the backside of the course here, seems to have a little bit more speed than Journeau Frisch. And Nuno digging right now. Gonna try and outbrake him again here into the chicane. Picks him up just a little bit more. And this is where Journeau just starts to kind of pull away.
Yeah, Journeau is just a rocket ship coming off that chicane. I mean, he got the power down, great. But I think that first half of the course, I mean, of course, Nuno's losing a little bit of time, but he's, the last two trips through the first half of the course, Nuno hasn't lost as much as what he has before, which has resulted in a pretty good net gain here, and now only being 0.8 off heading down Kimmel.
Yeah, looking back to 5th place right now, Jared Hoffer is still kept it really, really close to Kaya Ruokola. Ruokola just does not seem to have the pace to catch Juha Noorlampi right now. Noorlampi sitting up there in 3rd is pretty safe there alone in 3rd. Ruokola, worried about Hoffer, is not quite up to speed here at Spa. Used to seeing Ruokola fight for that podium position. I don't know if it's going to be possible today. Certainly a lot of laps left to go and anything could happen in front, but just this might be one of Ruokola's less favorite tracks, maybe. Not sure. Would be interested to find out after the race, but again, it just looks like Ruokola doesn't have the pace to keep up with our leaders today.
Here comes that battle for 9th once again, heating up. Don't forget that in front of these two is Philip Blake also. The combination of these guys only separated by a second, but the tighter battle, of course, between Jamie Hall and Michelle Vandenberg now, as that's tightened up to only about 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, it has, and Vandenberg starting to put in the laps here. That means something to get that 9th spot back where he started. Jamie Hall in his sights now. Vandenberg was just about 0.2 quicker on the last lap. Coming around to complete another one here through Blanchimont. Vandenberg going to try and outbrake his opponent down into the chicane. Of course, battle right in front of him there. That's Philip Blake hanging on to 8th, up from 11th. These three are kind of hooked up right now. Ooh, Vandenberg with a big run into La Source at him.
Yeah, and all you need is just that one good run there, and now you get up La Source, Source Radion pretty smooth right here, and get that really good run down Kimmel. That corner Eau Rouge. Coming out of Eau Rouge means so much just because of how much it's connected to before you really slow that car down again, and you can stand to lose or gain a lot of ground, as you just saw from Jamie Hall there. He was able to gain a little, Michelle Vandenberg there. Well, I guess, and Jamie Hall too on Philip Blake. They were both able to gain a little bit on the cars in front of them.
Yeah, I'm checking, look back up front. Nuno actually starting to look a little bit better. The gap only about a half second now, and it's been that way for about the past lap and a half. So Nuno's starting to make some small gains. It might not be long before Nuno's actually in position to try and make a pass, but doing it very carefully, a little bit at a time, and Getting through this section here is one of those areas where I talked about you can pick up an incident point really easy. At some point, you've just got to get off the throttle a little bit and try and reel her in and not run her out too wide. Again, the incidents come up quick here, but a good trip through Blanchimont down to the chicane. The fight is on. Nuno Moreira going to dive it in there. You don't want to hit those curbs out to the left, but man, it's still Journo Frisch with just a little bit better trip there through the chicane at him.
If it comes down to it, racing down to the line with trying to get off the chicane right there, Journo has that figured out. That is not going to be a place that Nuno is going to be able to do anything with him at. I think he's going to have to be looking for other places on this racetrack to try to make that move.
All right, well now Nuno just might be close enough though to pull him into the draft here. Dan Kemmel. Nuno with a nice run. He is starting to pull him just a bit. Not going to pull him before we get to Lacombe. Journo.
Ooh, look at how much run he has. Ooh, Journo cuts down right in front of him. I think I had to see Nuno lift just there a touch and kind of killed all that ground that he just gained through there. But wow, Nuno got through that section of the course just perfect.
Here in lap, here. Yeah, let's take a quick look from above right there. Gets the door just slammed on him. Nuno chasing, trying to get in front of Frisch. Nuno getting that run right down the Lacombe. Gets out, and it looked like Journo maybe just got a little tight there, but then he slams the door shut on Nuno. Nuno still getting a run on him here. Going to come through Paul Freire here. They go through turn 14 and then Paul Freire. Nuno with a pretty good run here. Could draft him here, coming up through and down into Blanchimont. Dead in his tracks. Nuno following Journo here through. Oh boy, they're going to attack down in the chicane. There's going to be a fight in the chicane.
They're going to try proving me wrong right here about not making a move. Nuno's car didn't look the greatest under braking right there, and I think that really helped Journo, I think, keep that position there because Nuno had a head full of steam.
Yeah, well, it could be something as simple as a brake bias adjustment, Adam, and Nuno gets right up on him, right up on the gearbox there at Journo Frisch. Oh boy, this is going to be a big trip here.
Next best chance is going to be Kemmel going down into Lacombe again. And in fact, I think he's a little bit closer this time.
Here he comes. He's way closer.
Journo takes that totally defensive line there. Make sure that he goes to the outside.
Oh boy. Ooh. Nuno almost gets him. Journo Frisch hanging on. Oh, and Ravage, the very, very tricky and slow Ravage. It's all about grip right here, Adam.
Yeah, the guy that wants to see these two keep fighting, maybe even for the rest of the race, maybe all the last 11 laps keep fighting, is going to be Nora Lampe, who's sitting back there a little bit. So he's right now with those guys, with Nuno and Journo fighting, he's actually faster than these two. Yeah,
I was about to say, he's got the same pace the leaders do right now. He's comfortable. He's fine. He's like, leave me alone. Let these two keep fighting. I'm good. Yeah, boy, Nuno really taking it to Journo. Again, everything at stake here for Nuno. I think, honestly, in the points, he's going to need a little bit more help than just a win over Journo. He's got to put Journo somewhere back in the field. I don't know how that happens right now at this point, other than some sort of tussle, if you know what I mean. But Nuno looking to make the move here. Here we go, another fight down to the chicane.
Another defensive line here for Journo. See, Journo is just so good through that chicane and getting off of it.
Really is, like a machine.
It's right now. It's like these two. with Nuno, like, he's not going to wreck Journeau for the championship. I mean, that wouldn't be very gentlemanly driver at all. But at the same time, you're right. I mean, he is going to have some trouble. But also, the only thing that Nuno can worry about is his race. If he can win the race, he's done his part, and he has to let the cards fall where they do after that. But he is trying to do his part right now, get up front and win this race.
Here we go again. I get another run here. And Journeau just making one defensive move, and that's all it takes. He's got just enough distance between him.
A little mistake by Nuno.
Oh, Nuno tries to make it work. Oh,
slams the door again.
He just avoids contact with Journeau Frisch.
Norlampe was a half second faster than these two last lap. I mean, he's still a little ways back, but if they keep fighting, he's got enough time.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's done a great job of, like we said just a moment ago, really turning times comparable to the leaders and keeping himself in this fight. This fight between Nuno and Journeau not going away, and it could result in tragedy for both before it's all said and done with the way they're fighting right now. Nuno seems to have backed off just a bit. But look for him here to get fast again as they head through Paul Frere and back through Blanchimont, which has been Nuno's best part of the track. Now, Nuno not able to pick up quite as much there, but again, it's all about getting to the chicane. That's where we've seen the fight develop. Nuno sure to break deep again.
And I'm almost sure if it's not a desperation move, you're not going to see a move in the chicane right there. Journeau is he's just too good through there. I really think that eventually he's going to be able to get him in Lacombe. But I mean, it might not be this lap. It might be the next lap because kind of fell back just a touch. But that's going to be the best place I think for Nuno to try to get him still.
Both of them cutting La Source very, very tight there, almost up against the wall as they head out of Ready On right now and get back down Kemmel. And Nuno is still not quite as close as he was there, but keeping it close enough. Adam, as they ride around on lap 13 here, this race, we can say it. It's coming down to the closing stages here, and Nuno running out of time. Will we see a move of desperation here at some point?
Yeah, we know that Nuno is a very competent race driver. I mean, he gets along with pretty much everybody in the series also. So, I think if there's a desperation, quote unquote desperation move, it's going to be he's going to know he's going to be able to make it stick. I mean, I think he'd rather take second than wreck somebody to get up there. So it's Journeau slides a little bit. That allows Nuno to get just another tenth or two back. But Nuno's having a little trouble getting the power down back there.
Well, it's hard to get the power down at a fun. It's a balance. There's a balance of power right there. That power and being off the throttle and back to the throttle. Nuno with getting a couple wheels off there into the grass as they got out of turn 16.
He's got a good run here again.
Yeah, he does.
And since their battle calmed down for a little bit, they were able to put another couple tenths back on Hoo-Ha.
Oh, that time Nuno with a really, really good trip there through the chicane. That's about as close as he's been out of the chicane.
Yeah, maybe one of those student becoming the master kind of things. He's watched how Journeau's been doing it here for long enough.
Taking notes. So what you're saying is he's taking notes there in the cockpit.
Absolutely. If you ain't learning, you ain't doing nothing out there.
Could this be a pass for the lead? It's going to be almost a dead heat in the Lacombe. Oh, they're going to keep it on the inside.
Got to wheel off. Does he have the momentum?
Journeau's
still side by side.
Wow, Nuno hangs on over the curbs.
Journeau
he tries
wisely backs off and lets him have it.
Wow, Journo really backed off there, coming out of Rivage there. And it's going to give the advantage to Nuno Moreira heading through Puhan. Let's look at the replay here. Them side by side here from the blimp. Fighting side by side. Get through Lacombe and then they make the trip over here and through Malady and then the fight into Rivage. Nuno Moreira going to be able to make it stick. You'll see Journo kind of back off right there out of Rivage. Allows Nuno to slip by, and now Nuno, your new leader. Boy, that took a lot of work.
It did. Now that it's kind of calmed down for just a second here. We do want to give some attention, and of course, as I say it, they calmed down a little bit too. But the Lake, Hall, and Vandenberg battle, as that battle for the lead was going on, you could throw a blanket over all three of these guys. They are racing hard for 3 positions with 3 cars on the track. Granted, they separated out just a little bit ago, but I guarantee you it was not the case a couple laps ago. As this battle will heat back up here before too long also.
It is a good battle, and it's been fun to watch. But honestly, this race is all about what's going on up front. Journo,
and speaking of going back up front, here comes Journo again.
Yeah. Got him on. You're going to get him here in Kemmel. Going to try and ride up on him and try and make a move. Nuno's going to block.
He's going to try to pay in the favor.
Oh, wow. Journo keeps his side of the track. Good job by Journo.
He just had so much speed going here. He actually had Nuno cleared before going into the corner.
Oh boy, here we go for another 6.5 laps. Oh, Nuno going to fight back to the inside.
Oh,
Makes a little contact with him.
Little bit of a bent wing now on Nuno's car.
No, more contact.
Oh, Nuno's in the wall.
Nuno's in the barrier.
And guess who's right there?
Here comes Juha Norlampi into the picture. Into the picture, into the fight. Let's go to the replay here. It's going to happen coming out of Rivage. Into the Rivage, Nuno Moreira in second place. It's a run up there on Journo Frisch. Makes a little contact, bends the wing. You see that there on camera. Comes back across. They make a little contact again. Nuno gets pushed off into the barrier. And that's heavy damage for that Lotus. Nuno going to have to contend with that to try and finish this race. He's going to have to fend off Juha Norlampi, and of course Journo Frisch picked up a little bit of damage on it as well.
Oh, he's wide.
Journo is wide.
That rear wing damage, I think, is really going to hurt him on the straights. You just saw the speed difference what he had here between Norlampi and also with Moreira back there. So that might be the killer right there.
Yeah, and one person we've forgotten about, Erskaya Ruokola now has inserted himself into the fight. We got the top 4 now. A pretty exciting battle here. Journo Frisch back to the lead. We're going to do this with 6 laps to go. Ooh, Nuno with a good run there out of Ridion.
That speed difference. I mean, now you can see just how much that rear wing is hurting. Journo Nuno is just so much faster. A little bit of side draft there, I think.
They're making contact again. Journo, great job of saving the car right in front of Juha Norlampi.
Norlampi with himself a great save. He almost stitched the car sideways, thinking that might have been a bigger deal than what it was. And, that's all pulled in now. Ruokola back in this thing.
Yeah, Ruokola fighting for a podium spot here. Here's coming up Kemmel right here on the replay.
As soon as Journo got alongside Nuno, you saw the speed difference equalize out as they make the contact. You see him get sideways. He catches the car. That side draft, which we normally talk about things in stock cars and stuff like that, larger tracks, but that side draft I think helped Journo stay with Nuno there going into Lacombe.
Yeah, and apparently the damage on Nuno's car not near as bad as what Journo is dealing with, because Journo really having trouble with that Lotus, and right now Juha Norlampi is about to try and make a move here on Journo Frisch. Journo now the victim. There goes Norlampi to the inside through Blanchimont. Wow,
Cola's going to go ahead and follow him through.
Will Cola going to try and take it here in the chicane. Yeah, Adam.
Yeah,
Oh! Will Cola tips Norlampi.
Oh, and when he came back on the track, he almost caught his teammate Lunutu, and then Jared Hofer back there as well. That was almost a really big incident.
Oh, let's riding on board Will Cola. There's the action in front. Will Cola getting a run off of the green. That is off points there on the inside of Frisch, and just tips Norlampi there, and Norlampi's able to hang on and get back going. Still sitting in third, but up to third now. But that was unfortunate.
And I don't know how much it's going to affect him because it's not nearly as significant as the wing damage on Journo's vehicle. But Hua's rear wing is not straight anymore, so we'll have to watch. But one guy that might be able to capitalize on all of this is going to be Nuno Moreira here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nuno now where he needs to be, solid up at the top of the podium here with just a little over 4 laps to go. Journo Frisch struggling to keep up, now almost 3 seconds behind our leader. I would definitely say this race has been hard fought, Adam.
Yeah, especially, I mean, an unfortunate contact to have happened back there, of course, but it definitely was. I mean, that was a good 10-lap long battle that those guys had going there, and it really could have gone either way. But now with Journo Frisch being stuck in a position where he's going to probably have to fight off Norlampi here before too long.
Okay, now I'm not exactly positive where we're at, but let me tell you that in your top 5 right now, or in your top 6, we're getting close on incident points. Again, that number a little hard to dial in exactly, but I do know that we're getting close. So we'll keep an eye on that. And basically, for those that are new here, watching for the first time, if you exceed the number of incident points allowed for a race, 17 in this one, you're disqualified from the session. And both our leader, Nuno Moreira, and Journo Frisch are in that area where I would consider close. So important for them to lay down some really, really good laps here over the last 4 and keep the car in the gray. Nuno still great pace. Journo, of course, off pace, and because of the damage that Norlampi picked up, Norlampi not able to fight, not able to bring it to Journo Frisch. Adam, Jamie Hall battling with Vandenberg takes the position from Vandenberg.
And Vandenberg looked to try to come right back right there, and unfortunately wasn't able to pull that off, but that once again is that battle that's been kind of shaping up. These guys have actually been fighting, I think, longer than what the front two were. I think this battle's been going on most of the race, and they're finally starting to settle out just a little bit with that pass there between Vandenberg and Hall. Now Vandenberg's going to have his work cut out for him to try to get back up there and get back around Hall.
Yeah, Hall doing a really good job here in getting through Puhan clean there and able to find the grip. Such a hard section of the track to find grip there. And then coming up to one of the tougher left-handers, Fanya here, which I talked about the balance of power and not being on the power you need there to keep the car from spinning around. A little bit of a mistake there from Jamie Hall. Gets a little wiggle out of the machine. Back up front, Journo and Norlampi now.
we knew this might happen with Journeau's wing damage, and he ends up being a little bit slower on the straights. And even if Nora Lampe is able to get around Frisch right here, they do have the pair of Herdhofer and Lenutu back here that are actually faster than those two right now. So, and they've got clean cars. So we very well could still have a lot more action up here at for second and third. But one guy that set sail after all of that has been Nuno Moreira, now in the lead and starting to pull away.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the fact that there wasn't quite as much damage, but here's the move. Nora Lampe going to try and pull it off here in the Lacoon. Nora Lampe to the inside of Journeau, it looks like going to let him have it. Yeah, Journeau lets Juha Nora Lampe did not fight too hard.
And that might have been the smarter choice right there, because if he did try to fight hard, he was liable to lose more time than if you just let him by. And you got to think about at what point do you cut your losses, and maybe letting Juha by here could save him from being passed by Lenutu or Herdhofer here in a little bit if he's able to maintain a little bit of speed.
Well, that's another battle that's going on we haven't paid enough attention to, and that is Jared Hofer really working over Tapani Lenutu, and they have had a good solid battle throughout this, and unfortunately Journeau Frisch is now falling into that battle just by nature of not having enough pace here going forward, and Journeau getting that car really wide off the track again and picking up what's probably another incident point there. And with now almost with this time by, we're at 2 laps. We've got to be really careful here to the end with 2 laps to go to really keep those incidents down, because again, as I look at my timing and scoring, I think we've got a few drivers here that are really teetering on the limit. Journeau Frisch does not need a disqualification. That, I think, would hand Nuno a guaranteed championship as long as Nuno wins.
I think so. And one guy that's wishing this race was about 6 laps longer, I think, is Nora Lampe, because right now he is actually getting pretty consistently a half second a lap faster than what your leader is, and he's just simply going to run out of time before the end of this race.
You're absolutely right. Juha has got the pace right now. In fact, is significantly better, just about 3/4 of a second, and like you said, just not enough time to get it done, because when our leader Nuno Moreira comes around next time, I believe we're going to get the white flag here. We will get the white flag next time by.
Well, now that Tapani and Herd pair have finally caught Journeau, and that also adds the interesting dynamic into the mix of the fact that Herdhofer has just been sitting there getting hungry behind Lenutu. Actually, I think he's a little bit faster right now, so this very well could get pretty interesting here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
I really hope Journeau can keep this car on track and in the gray here over these over this last lap and a half. I could be creating drama. I'm not sure. Again, I just say it's close. I don't want to talk about how many points, because I just don't know if it's exact, but it could very well be. And he is right there. And now Tapani having quite a run there at Journeau. Looking to set him up here in Blanchimont. We'll try and make a run at him here down to the chicane. He's on the outside. Got to be careful. Oh, Tapani off.
And here comes Herdhofer.
Yep, Jared making a move too. Oh.
There's that Journeau getting through that chicane.
Yeah.
Once again, holding off Herdhofer.
Journeau doing just a really good job to just hang on. The white flag is out. Round 12 almost in the books here in the CTC Lotus 79 Championship.
Something must have happened there to Nora Lampe that last lap, because he lost a ton of time.
Yeah, and Nuno had the fastest lap of the race, or his one of his faster laps of the race, I should say. But
yeah, Nora Lampe had at least one slide on that lap, and I think that cost him a lot of time. So that's Nunez is going to go on pretty much uncontested here as long as he's able to keep all four wheels on the track.
Yeah, and Tapani, able to get around Journo Frisch, get him back to fourth. Jared Hoffer, maybe with a chance here in Rivage. Jared with a nice line down to the inside. Jared really, really close. Journo having trouble hanging onto the car. Journo really, really on the limit now. Jared giving a run at him. One last trip out of Puhan. Oh, Jared really close. Oh, he has to get out of it. Almost makes contact there with Journo. And misses it. Misses it right there at turn 14. Paul Freire. Oh,
Journo way wide.
Jared. Oh, boy, Journo. Really big trouble there for Journo Frisch. Jared Hoffer able to get around. Let's go to the leader. Nuno Moreira going to come across. Right up on Pablo Suarez. Out of the chicane. Nuno Moreira going to take round 12 and possibly the championship of the CTC Lotus 79 Championship. And it looks like Juha Norlampi going to come home safe in second. Tapani Linaluto third. Journo Frisch is going to wind up third. Fourth, Jared Hoffer. I'm sorry. How did that go, Adam? My timing and scoring messed up there. I'm sorry. It was Jared Hoffer that comes on fourth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jared Hoffer comes on fourth. And then it was Journo Frisch that finished fifth.
Yeah, with that big slide there, he ended up losing that position to Jared Hofer, and he wasn't able to gain it back. And of course, Ricola behind him, Gerber in seventh. That big battle there between Lake, Hall, and Vandenberg ended up shaping up with Lake coming away with it, and then Hall and then Vandenberg. So that's your top 10 right there. That was a pretty exciting race all throughout the top 10.
Yeah, it really was. And Nuno out there burning it down, getting his donuts in. We're going to break away, take a quick break here from Spa in the Lotus CTC 79 Championship. I got that out of order, but that's all right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the results. See you in a moment. Welcome back to Spa-Francorchamps here on the Global Sim Racing Channel with the Lotus 79 CTC Drivers Championship Series. And boy, what a race today. 21 laps at Spa. And well, let's run down the field for you and see how they finished. But hopefully you're watching. You're not just getting here. You didn't miss this one. Nuno Moreira gets the big win. Juha Norlampi hangs on for a second place finish. It's pretty much where he rode all day. Tabani Linnaluto with a great run today. Comes home with a third place finish. Jared Hofer fourth, gets that position from Jerno Frisch, who's going to finish fifth. There at the end, Jerno was our points leader heading into this race. We don't have any official results on the championship. I can guarantee it's going to come down to be very, very close between him and Nuno Moreira. Sixth place going to be Kyle Ruokola. Seventh, Fabian Gerber. Eighth, Philip Lake. Jamie Hall going to finish ninth today, and Michelle Vandenberg 10th.
Yeah, coming home in 11th. A very quiet day for Joachim Bodecker. Coming in at the 12th will be John Stevens. 13th, Steve Bycroft. 14th, being Barry West. Leonardo Reeder coming home in 15th. Mark Winfield, that contact right off the bat here this afternoon, coming home at 16th. Sammy Valimaki coming home at 17th. And Pablo Suarez, who had a really good run at Bathurst. I remember specifically a couple weeks ago, got a little bit of trouble there toward the end of the race. He got in trouble here right off the bat today, and unfortunately wasn't able to recover from it. He's going to come home 18th. Matt Wood having the big contact there, and then Richard Borchers, who went into the pit stretch wall, roll loop first, right off the launch off the grid. So very tough day for Richard Borchers, and that rounds out your field.
Well, I'll tell you what, in the opening of this race, when we first started the broadcast, I said this might be one for the ages today. Well, it was. And we're going to talk to the winner of this race. Nuno Moreira did everything he could to try and win this championship. Winning the race, not a bad place to start. Congratulations, Nuno.
Hey guys, I guess I was disqualified from the race, so I think there are no points for me, so I lost the championship.
Okay, well, so of course we haven't seen the official results yet. We're just seeing what iRacing is providing to us right now. It still has you scored at the top. You obviously know that you were disqualified because it DQ'd you from the session. If it does hold up that way, you will in fact lose that because of the celebration, I guess.
I guess so. So it's a bit ridiculous, as I had already passed the checkered flag, but okay. I was celebrating for a championship that I didn't yet win, so I guess I deserved it. But I don't know. It's not a good thing. So after you cross the checkered flag, it's race over, and I should be awarded the points, but I don't think I will. So either way, I won the four races. I needed to win the races. I did it. I still have to check the battle with Renault. It was something out of this world. I don't know. We had this crazy battle. I hope all was in the boundaries of realism, because there was no way we could pass each other in an easy way. So congratulations to Renault and to the community and to everyone that raced this season.
Yeah, it's been a great season, Nuno, and it was a great battle between you and Renault. And listen, this is racing. There has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. And today you were the winner, and it was a great fight. Very, very entertaining. We can't thank you enough, my friend. Really looking forward to hopefully seeing you here in Season 3.
Well, I hope so. And it seems like in my view, it's awarding me the points. So I guess I don't know. Let's wait for the official results.
Yeah, and Nuno, I'll tell you from my oval racing experience of doing plenty of donuts in my day, once or twice getting DQ'd much the same way you did. A lot of it depends on where the cars were, the rest of the field was, if they'd come across the line. I think if enough of them had, you might still be okay yet. So we'll wait for those official results. But I think that either way, we know who came away with that one today in our hearts for sure.
Yeah, it was one of the best battles and one of the hardest races. I don't know. Did you guys see the last overtake? Do you have any take on that? Sorry for being me making the questions.
Oh, Nuno. Why don't you guys go ahead and watch the replay? We'll let you. It was listen, it was racing. It was a good, hard-fought battle. You two had been wheel to wheel for several laps right there. You'd done a really good job of trying to pick them off, and hopefully at the end of the day, you guys can all still be good friends and good opponents on the track.
Okay, I got you. I believe from your words, I believe I had some aggressive racing in there, but hey. I guess I have to talk with Renault then. I have to check the replay first and then see, because the contact was outside of the track. We were, I don't know, I hit the wall and I had nowhere to go. So, but no excuses here. It had to be a hard pass because Renault was so strong and fast. So, and he slipped a little bit, and I had to take any opportunity that he gave me. That was one of them. So. No regrets here, and I'm sure that Renault won't have any. So because we are racing for so many times, and so many years that I don't think that an episode like this will make any damage to our racing friendship. Okay, so if you allow me, I would just wanted to let a word for our friend, colleague on the Lotus 79, Tony Lamberti.
Sure.
Which is recovering in the hospital right now, and I just wanted to give him a big shout from the community and myself, of course, and wishing him a quick recovery. And we are hoping to see him back on track. Okay,
hey,
that's
Nuno,
an important message.
Nuno, real quick, the official results from iRacing just came out. You are indeed first place. Congratulations.
Okay, that's good. Feels good.
I don't think iRacing is that cruel, Nuno. Okay.
Well, when I saw the DQ, I say I'm toasted. Yeah. But if you see that there, I don't see it in my. But okay, no worries. I trust you guys. If not, no big deal.
Okay, buddy.
For the championship.
Well, thank you again, and and hopefully we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Let's talk soon. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, that was Nuno Moreira, your big winner today. Adam, I know you've caught up with second place finisher Juha Norlampi.
Yeah, Mr. Norlampi, you had things kind of go your way right there at the tail end of that race. Tell us what you saw from your cockpit.
Well, thanks. It was quite a good race. I was very happy to be second at the qualifying, and was a little bit surprised that Nuno wasn't at the pole, because he has been very, I should say, enormously fast this week, and I was glad that it wasn't so this case, but the race was something else.
Well, and you did have a little bit of contact, of course, in the midst of all that. How was your car handling there at the end of the race?
Well, my car was very good, because I used setup which was Nuno's setup, which he was has shared at the forum, and I just made many setup tries, but it was, in my view, the best setup for this track. And at the race, that was very unlucky for Gernot to have that contact with Nuno, and I think Nuno was making a mistake there at the corner to push over Gernot's car, and that broke Gernot's car much more than Nuno's car, and that's not a way to end championship battle there, and I wish that was something else that was outcome there, and because of that I could manage to take second position, and lucky not to ruin my car when Kalle was torpedoing my car. He was coming crazy fast, overtaking Gernot, and he has no way to stop the car, and he just rushed into my car, and I was lucky to survive there and come second. But that's racing.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be a fickle mistress, that's for sure. Now, one last question for you. You are coming on really hot the last couple races this season. I mean, I think we've talked to you probably more than some of the big guys, and it's always a pleasure having you up here. What are you looking forward to for next season? I mean, are we going to be talking to you a lot more up here in the booth?
I hope that you are not bored with me, but I'm aiming next season to be here at the podium for every race. And last season I was aiming to be top 5, and I was. And this season I was aiming top 3, and I was. And championship table and third, I see. And next time it's only to race for the win, and that's my goal someday.
All right. Well, hey, pleasure having you as always, and we look forward to seeing you race next season.
Yes, thank you, and bye-bye.
All right, Adam. Let's talk to our final podium finisher, Tapani Luto. Congratulations. Great run today. Get yourself to the podium here at Spa.
Yeah, thanks. It was quite a race. A bit of an uphill battle for me, and the car was very difficult to drive at places. It was switching between understeer and oversteer, different places, and well, lucky me, I got a couple of places near the end as well. I didn't see what happened exactly. I just saw cars were not going in the right direction, but it was an interesting race. A couple of interesting passes, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely we did. That was certainly one of the more exciting races all season. It had a great track. I mean, listen, if you can't get excited about Spa, you can't get excited about anything. Did you really enjoy this one today? Has this season been satisfying, or are you looking forward more to next season?
Well, actually, I haven't been driving this car for like 2 months, so I just got back into the car this weekend,
right.
I guess I'm quite happy with the finish. I know, if with enough practice, I could have been better, but what can you do?
Well, I know you have pro driver status, so I guess you've probably got a lot of other commitments that maybe keep you from participating full time here.
Well, actually, I've been officiating more than driving lately, so.
Aha, okay,
and Finnish national championship races, so.
Ah, very cool. Okay, well, hey, listen, we'll keep track of you on the internet and see how you're doing, buddy. Congratulations. Hopefully, we get to see you on track a few more times next season. Okay.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right, and that was Tapani Luto there, your third place finish today on the podium. All right, we've got to talk to Jarno Frisch real quick. There was so much on the line going into this race here. A great battle for the championship. Jarno, I don't know if anything's certain yet, but I think you might have lost the championship to Nuno today. How you feeling right now? That was a pretty hard-fought race, buddy.
Feeling a little bit, a little bit mixed maybe. It was an exciting race and a great season. This last week was not really my best one. Nuno was the fastest guy this week, so congrats to him. Whoever won that title, really deserves it, because it was a hard, long season, a hard fight for everyone.
You gonna be ready and back to fight for season 3?
Yeah, I should be back, of course. I've always been back the last couple of seasons. It's the best car and the best series in my opinion. So I think it was an exciting race for everyone who watched it as well.
Yeah, it was. It was an exciting race up here in the booth. Jarno, it's been a pleasure to watch you to run all season. You're a heck of a talent, man. And if you ever want to throw out some driving lessons, I'll shoot you my email address and I'll be happy to sign up. But great race today, very, very hard fought, and a great season for you. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Also, a big thank you for doing the broadcast this season. It's been really a pleasure to watch the races. So, yeah. Also, thanks to everyone in the series for participating. Bye-bye.
All right, and that was Journo Frisch, and I know we had a couple other people waiting for interviews, but listen, we got to close up shop today. The finale here in season 2, the Lotus 79 CTC Championship Series has been it's been a blast, and I hope we'll see you here in season 3. But we want to thank the companies that provide the software and the hardware for our broadcasts that are listed on your screen, and we want you to remember. You can always contact them. Just look them up on the internet there. And additional thanks go to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde, who provide the music for our broadcast. Their contact information can be found right there on the screen also. I want to thank the team today. Adam, we appreciate him. And Joe Peak, cannot say enough about that guy there in the booth, keeping us on track. The great Dougie Beard, the master, the Ansel Adams of cinematography. If you'd like to find out more about GSRC, including upcoming races, you can find it at globalsimracingchannel.com, or you can check out our social media on Twitter at GSR Channel. Yeah, we're also on Facebook. Just type in Global Sim Racing Channel. You'll find us there. And the next race is going to be the Season 3 premiere. That's going to be June 18th here for the Lotus 79s, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have upcoming races for other series listed on the screen, so check those out, mark them down on your calendar. But until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.